Greetings and welcome to Botched Initiative. Here, our cast of role players step into the shoes of fledgling heroes, each with his own ambitions, flaws, and dreams. Together, they will face a world brimming with danger and wonder, a land called Dunia. I'm your Dungeon Master, Bill Lynch of OTP Games, and this episode is brought to you by Only Crits. Whether it's a 1 or a 20, the important thing is to keep rolling. Only Crits. Feed your dice goblin. Tonight we have another prequel to our adventure group getting together, and we start a nighttime, early winter, crisp air, rolling hills in a thick forest, and we find a half-elf making her way through the woods. She's marching carefully. And Sorcha, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Uh, 13.
Okay, and Jovian, I know you're trying to be a little bit quiet. You go ahead and roll a stealth check.
I don't know if I have any modifier to that, but nope, that'd be a 7.
Okay. Sorcha, you hear something in the woods up ahead of you, and now I need you guys to switch. Sorcha, roll a stealth, and Jovian, roll a perception. Yeah.
A 10.
1.
Okay. So, Sorcha, you're walking along. You think you hear something, and as you try to stop, you step on a dead limb, and there's a huge crack, and you know you've made a lot of noise. And Jovian, you hear something up ahead of you. Neither of you know what it is. You can't really see anything. There's a pale moon over the horizons, casting pretty good light, but the woods aren't that thick, but it's still pine forest, and you can't see anything. You can see in the battle map what you see, Sorcha, and Jovian, you can see what you see. Those black cones are areas your vision doesn't see anything. There's tree trunks and branches and everything else. So now you're both looking.
She's kind of covered from. I still can't see her, but I can hear, type of thing.
You heard something. You don't know what it is exactly. You both heard something. You know there's something else out there. Jovian, you know the area through tales. You know that this isn't very settled land. So there are highwaymen, there are orcs and goblins that can raid this area. And Sorcha, you were warned that the area to the south could be dangerous, but you had reasons to push on anyway.
Could I be able to tell whether or not it was a animal or a person that stepped on the limb? Or whatever
it's not a small animal. Could be, it's at least, 50, 60 pounds probably. And
okay.
3. It's somewhere between, coyote to horse, somewhere in that range.
I'm gonna look around, and you said the noise was ahead of me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I move forward a little bit slowly, just kind of trying to make as little noise as I possibly can, getting a little bit closer to where the sound came from.
Roll a stealth check and a perception check.
Stealth 13. And perception natural 20.
Okay, Sorcha, you could go ahead and roll a perception check. You can roll a stealth check too, but I'm doubting you're going to beat that. But you never know.
When she gets oh, is that
Yeah.
stealth?
Stealth is 17. And what was the other one?
Perception.
Perception is 12.
What was your stealth again, Jovian? I forgot already. I'm sorry.
Mine was, I believe it was a 17 for my stealth.
Okay. So you move forward a little bit and your line of sight changes, and you see a half elf kind of looking around. She hasn't seen you apparently. Sorcha, go ahead and describe what your character looks like. What does Jovian see when he moves and it moves out of the way of the tree a little bit?
My character is about 5'7", dark tan skin with yellow eyes, long white hair, and she's a bit hooded to try to fit into the shadows.
Hello?
It sounded like someone tried to join. I don't know. All right. So that's what you see up ahead of you. I assume you have your sword out too.
I've got just the
No, I'm talking to Sorcha.
Sorcha.
Sorcha, yeah, I'll have my sword out just because I knew I made it a loud noise. I'm ready for anything.
Okay.
I see her draw her weapon.
I'm looking around.
I would assume that she's out in. You guys are in a dangerous area. I assume you'd both have weapons out at the ready most of the time traveling. Just you're not seasoned adventurers, but you've been. You know this is a dangerous area.
So then instead of
There
actually
are no
saying
laws
anything,
against carrying weapons in the open out here. So, what's that?
so then I'll, since I see her, I mean, obviously can't see me, so I'm gonna try and get a little bit closer just to see if she seems friendly or not for me to even poke my head out.
Okay.
So I'll probably. Can I move to the?
Roll another stealth check.
That'd be a 18.
Okay, Sorcha, gonna roll a perception again.
12.
Okay. She still apparently can't see or hear you.
One more time? Sorry.
You still can't hear me or
Okay.
see me. So I'm gonna
You move closer. You know where she. You know where you last saw her, but you can't see her right now because of the trees.
So I'm gonna stop since I've lost sight of her, and I'm gonna move myself to the other side of this tree that I'm behind to see if from that different angle I can see her again.
Yeah. You're kind of peering through the foliage of the tree. It's an evergreen, so you can peek through the boughs and see her there. You said you haven't said you moved anywhere, so I'm assuming that you're just staying in place.
Sorcha?
Yes.
Correct. I've just kind of frozen, trying to listen.
Okay.
And I'm gonna move to that that back right tree that's behind her. That far side on her right.
For whenever we have a battle map up, north is always up. Just even if you lose track of where you are, you're in a caves complex on the battle map. We'll just say north is up, so you can say southeast. I know which direction you're talking about. So
I'll go.
Does that make sense?
At least, yeah. From what I'm looking at, we'll go east. That the
Okay.
eastern furthest tree.
Like there or further.
For the one past that, I'm gonna try and get to that further.
Like there.
Yeah, and then get behind the one that's closer to her. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a stealth check, and Sorcha, you can go ahead and roll another perception check.
Natural 20.
Let's see. I've got a 17 plus 3.
Hmm.
So
So dirty 20. What's your modifier?
17.
Actually, yeah. So yeah, you get up closer. She's still standing there, not moving much. She seems very disciplined. She's holding her ground and listening intently.
Is she wearing anything, any type of armor, anything that I would recognize as like somebody that I wouldn't deem very friendly?
She is dressed. I'm trying to think how well you would know this. You've spent quite a bit of time in your grove. You know something. She looks like an irregular for a larger army. A more, if you know, this. So you know what the Roman irregulars were.
Mm-hmm.
She looks sort of like a mercenary troop, maybe for something like the Roman army.
Okay.
She's decently equipped, and she obviously has some sort of military training because she's being quiet and she's not freaking out, and she can't locate what she knows something's out there and is trying to listen for it and look for it, but can't find it. So she's trying not to give her position away any more than she already has.
So I'm going to take my scimitar. I'm going to get close and put it right behind her neck. I'm going to try and get up right behind her and then put it right there and basically tell her friend or foe.
Yeah, you're going to lose cover when you do that. It's going to make it a lot harder to sneak up behind her because she's looking kind of in your direction. You can try it, but it's going to be hard. You try to time
she's
it
looking in that direction. Okay.
She's kind of looking to the southwest. So if you try to come around the tree, and she's scanning, looking for things. So
I'm still. So
and you can see there's a road off to the east. So there's not any good cover to the east. You can tell she's a half elf, so she sees pretty well in the darkness like you do. So if you go out there, you're going to be seen.
Are there any like rocks or anything by my feet?
Yeah, it's
okay.
dry
so
hills. You can find something to make a noise.
I'm gonna take one of the rocks or like a good size, like a baseball size boulder or like a little rock in my hand, and I'm gonna toss it behind her to basically distract her to look the other way. And if that succeeds, I'm gonna go with the previous plan and surprise her from behind.
Go ahead. You're trying to throw a rock. Just go ahead and roll a dexterity check.
Okay. Dexterity. Oh, natural 1.
Okay.
Does it hit me?
So you throw the rock, and you have your scimitar on your right hand, so you decide you don't want to give that up. So you picked up the rock with your shield hand. You try to throw it through the tree, but it's left-handed and through a tree. So you make a whole bunch of noise. You shake the tree, and Sorcha, you can now tell you can't see him, but he's right on the side of the tree. Whatever this is, there's something right on the other side of the tree.
I whip around with my sword and angle to where the rock came from. Who goes there?
The rock didn't even get through the tree. It was that bad. But you know where he is.
I literally tried to throw it right in front of me. Just don't. Basically, couldn't even follow through with the throw. I just hit my hand on the tree. So.
Okay, you hear her ask, friend or foe?
That depends. Are you friend or are you foe?
I asked first.
Fair. Friend.
Friend.
That is the correct answer, is it not?
We shall see.
I'm going to put my scimitar away. Nice and slow. I put it away. Put both of my hands up. See? Friend. Not foe. We can talk this out.
I think I will wait until I put my sword away.
Fair enough.
What are you doing in these parts?
I could ask you the same thing, but since you have the sword to me, I'm just looking to get away from where I'm coming from.
Where are you headed?
As northeast as I possibly can.
All right. I put my sword away.
Okay.
Ooh.
So you two kind of step out around the tree. You actually see each other now.
With a
Still
relief.
keeping your distance a little bit.
Ooh.
So
May I ask
what
your name?
describe what Sorcha sees. Describe what Sorcha
Sorcha
sees. Now that you can.
Sorcha sees about the same size, about 5'7", 5'8", half elf druid with old tattered dark green robe with a hood. It's got very faded gold trim on it as well. His scimitar is sheathed in his on his right side, shield on his back, and his cane in his right hand. He's got long, dark brown, tattered, almost hippie-like hair, a medium to long-sized beard, and piercing, almost glowing golden eyes.
All right, it seems to be small world. And she pulls her hair back behind her ear.
Oh, seems to be. Well, now that we know that we're friends here, may I get your name?
My name is Sorcha.
Sorcha. Nice to meet you, Sorcha. I am Jovian. Jovian Praxis. Where are you from?
Far away.
That's it. The city of far away.
Yes.
Okay. Well, at this point in time, what are you doing here?
Traveling.
At this time of day? Or at this time of night?
A woman chooses when to travel.
Not very many women decide to travel at this point in time.
Well, I mean, what are you doing here?
Again, trying to get northeast from where I'm from. Just travel at these times because less people to deal with.
Both of you, go ahead and roll perception.
Let's see. 10, 11, 12, 13, 15.
I rolled an 11.
Okay. You hear it first, Jovian, but it's not very hard to hear. You hear a large group of individuals, and sounds like there could be animals too coming from the south on the road to your east.
Get back behind the trees.
What for?
You do not hear that.
All right, fine.
Get back behind the trees.
Huddle behind the tree. What are we doing?
There's a group right over there.
By now, you hear it too.
Okay.
You hear a group of individuals coming up along the woods or coming up along the road.
How far are they from us?
You can, let me show you. Maybe I can do this. Yeah. Just at the edge of your dark vision, you can see the lead. They look like peasants, and they look pretty beat up, bedraggled, and you know it's not normal for anybody other than highwaymen to be traveling this time of night. And they're certainly not highwaymen. You see, there's like at the front of the little caravans, a guy, and then there's like a child. There's a woman, another man. Seems like there's women and children towards the center. There's a few horses with them. I can't do that. Let me just roll on here. Yep. Okay. Well, got it.
And they look. It's just there's nothing really. Oh, okay. Ooh.
Well, the kid looks he just happens to look over, and you actually make eye contact with him. And he says, "There's someone in the woods."
Oh, shit.
A couple of the men step forward, and they seem pretty frightened. And the whole caravan stops.
And
then
they are obviously, there's nothing really intimidating or anything about what we're seeing. It's essentially just a caravan of peasants leaving.
Well, as soon as they say, almost instantly, before they even get really in position, there's a giant warhorse with someone riding it who comes charging up and places himself between you and the caravan. He has a lance in his hand, and he shouts out to you, "Identify yourselves, friend or foe."
Friend, definitely friend, definitely friend.
Good.
We don't mean to intrude, but what is going on here?
He hops off his horse and drops his lance and pulls out his sword, and it catches fire.
Oh.
And both you roll perception checks.
Perception?
Yep.
17 again.
14.
Okay. Probably both of you notice his horse doesn't have any reins, or there's no bridle. And you can see he's wearing very nice plate armor. He looks at you. Why are you skulking about in the woods this time of night? He raises the base of his helmet.
Like I just told my friend here, this is usually the best time for me to avoid people, but it seems I have completely failed in that option. I mean no harm. I'm really just a traveler. Were they coming from the northeast? Or
They were coming from the south.
Oh, they're coming from the south. Okay. But it seems you seem to be going the direction I am going. You're going northeast, yes?
I am escorting these people back north to Shantae. He extinguishes his sword. There he is. He extinguishes his sword. Go on. Go ahead. I will catch up shortly. The caravan of peasants gets going again. You see them traveling to the north. He steps closer to the both of you. His horse kind of stands off and is watching you and watching the peasants. And he says to you, you look like you might know your ways around the woods, around the forest, at least better than I do.
Perhaps.
You could say that.
We have come under attack. The villagers, they are fleeing a goblin attack. They had many of them have died. I was able to kill some of the goblins, but not many as I would have liked. Goblins did manage to make their way off with a small child. I cannot track him. If you are capable, you could go to the village, see if you can find the tracks of the child, and if you can bring him back to Shantae, I would be in your debt, as would his mother.
May we have a second to discuss?
Of course.
Jovian. We have to.
He steps back.
There is a child at risk.
I absolutely agree, but the goblins, we are outnumbered. It's just the two of us.
How many goblins were there?
He steps back up. At the start, too many to count. I was able to slay some, but there are certainly some still out there. You must travel swiftly and be cautious. Have you much experience with goblins?
Enough to know that I don't like to be around them.
Yes, but there were no hobgoblins with them. They are not well organized. I do not expect them to organize into large groups again. They seem to have made their initial attack, and while they are raiding and pillaging, they generally do not regroup into large groups. If you are quick, I understand if you are not willing to risk your lives. This is something very dangerous I'm asking you to do, but you would be great heroes if you did.
It is no problem to us to be able to go help a child, especially a mother in need.
The goblins do seem scattered.
And that seems good enough because they're not very intelligent. We can be able to use that to our advantage. Well, you definitely...
They are not intelligent, they are cunning. Maybe use caution.
We'll do, but we will do our best, and we will get that child back for you.
I hope you are right. May the gods bless you. I must
And may God
return and
guide
make sure this caravan makes it safely to Shantae.
may God
The
guide
village
your
is
path.
about an hour's walk to the south of here. Thank you, my friend.
We will
He
be on our way.
jumps back on his horse effortlessly and just charges forward to the villagers.
Well, Sorcha.
We're
All
on
right.
our way.
And we are on our way to the village.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me 3 stealth and perception checks each. And tell me the
3
order you roll
each.
them in. And give them to me in order. Yep. Give me the
Okay.
order.
So 3 stealth and perception?
Yep. 3 of each.
3 of each. Okay, so
I assume you guys are trying to be somewhat quiet and
yeah.
just keep an eye out for goblins along the way.
And then stealth. 16. There we go. 19. Okay. If you are ready for the order, for myself,
Go ahead.
for the perception check, first roll was 18. Second roll was 15. Third
Okay.
roll was natural 20. And then
Okay.
for the stealth check, first one was 15, 19, and then 13.
Okay. And Sorcha?
First, Sorcha perception. First was 13. Second was 15. Third was 13. And stealth
13.
first is 4. Second is natural 20. And 6. Third is 6.
6? Okay. All right. You guys travel. You travel for about an hour. And you can tell you're getting close. Because maybe. How do I get that to go small? Here we go. I'm just going to do this real quick. Yeah. You're pretty sure that's where you're headed.
So that's what we're looking at. So the buildings and everything are obviously, there's some that are burnt down and then others that are still on fire. Can we tell from where we're standing whether or not there's anybody walking around, anybody trying to put anything out? Like, is there any sign of life in the village?
No, there doesn't appear to be anybody. And it's not. By the time you get up there, you by the time you get up there, all you can see is pretty much rubble. The fires you see burning are just remnants of building. There's smoldering embers, but nothing much. There's a kind of a thick black smoke hanging in the air. It's messing with your vision. You can't see very far, and it's enough to burn your lungs a little bit, not to cause damage, but you're kind of having trouble breathing.
With druid craft, can I be able to kind of clear that smoke?
Yeah.
Briefly, okay.
Not the whole village is on fire, so you can kind of make your own air a little easier to breathe if you keep doing it, but you're not going to be able to clear the smoke from the village.
Okay.
Would I be able to use it to? Would I be able to use it to put any? I mean, it says small campfires, but are the embers and the fires small enough to where I could be able to use it to put them out?
If you go around each one, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna the first one closest to us and about that west northwest. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
up to the first one closest on that southern or southeastern part of the building, and I'm gonna cast Druidcraft to put out the fire.
Okay. You put out a couple fires. And there's still thick smoke hanging in the air, but it's not too bad.
And then from this point, this building that we're near right now,
mm-hmm.
I go in and kind of look around. Is there anybody here? Hello.
There's nothing in there, but
Nothing in that one.
an arrow does whistle by your head.
Oh.
Maybe we'll see if it whistles by your head or actually hits you. Hang on. There are a couple goblins still here.
Where did the arrow come from?
From the west.
From the western side? Is that?
Yep.
That's this way. So is that from that southwestern building, that one closest to us at the bottom?
No, it came from. Yeah.
It came from that area. Obviously,
okay.
Do we see them? Do we see where it came
and
from,
one of
or
them,
just?
Yes. Now, as soon you guys both got good perception checks, as soon as he launches that arrow, you see them. One of them launches an arrow, it sticks into your shoulder. The other one, you hear a snap as his bowstring snaps, and you hear. Do you speak Goblin?
No.
I don't think so.
So you hear, you can't tell. You're pretty sure it's cursing, but you can't tell for sure. But that was the first round. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for. Oh,
did it like stick in my shoulder, or did it like graze?
You suffered 3 hit points of damage. So, but it doesn't. We don't keep track of it so close that you know. But you get to go. You get to go first, Jovian.
Okay.
You can see them over here.
It's going to be a little bit delayed for me to see it. From over there. Okay.
Yeah.
I am going to. I'm going to move as close as I can in front of them.
If you move more than 30 feet, you're going to lose your action, just so you know.
More than 30 feet?
That would be
Okay,
Yeah.
so then
So you can move 30 feet
I'll-
and then still make an attack, or you can move 60 feet. You won't get an attack, though.
I'll go the full 30. I'll just do the 30.
Okay.
And then from there, how much further are they from me?
At least 30 feet, maybe about 45 more feet.
45 more feet. I am going to take the small hand axe that I have.
Okay.
And I am going to throw it at the one closest to me.
Okay. It's going to be a disadvantage because it's more than 20 feet away, but go ahead and give it a shot.
Disadvantage. Okay. Oh, all right. 7.
Okay. You get it near him, but you don't hit.
Okay. Well, that didn't work. Might have to start getting a little bit physical, close hand to hand. And then, as my bonus action, I cast Shillelagh.
Okay. This one still has his bow, so he's going to try to use it. And, ooh, he rolls a 19.
Ooh, fun.
You take 3 more points of damage.
Oh, this is going to be.
You're not happy.
No, not at all.
Okay. This goblin.
Sitting rough.
He's going to come running up, and he can't quite get to where he can hit you, so he comes running up, and is going to attack next turn. Sorcha, you see your new companion, the goblin next to him, another goblin further back with a short bow.
All right. I'm going to move up to the goblin next to Jovian.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna two-handed slash.
If you go, hang on a second.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Sorry. If you go, you can get to about here, and then you won't be able to attack. Unless you can come here and use a ranged attack. You have a clear shot of the goblin from here.
I don't think so. I just have
You're a sorcerer. You're a warlock. You have a ranged attack.
So go to your, let's see, your spells here. Oh, you can. Ask, see if you can do that.
can I
You can do.
Go ahead.
can I use Eldritch Blast on
You're a
the
warlock.
goblin next to Jovian?
Yep. And you also have a bonus action if you want to use it first.
What would yours be?
Sorry.
Actions. Bonus action. Oh. You can hex the one with the bow, and then Eldritch Blast the one closest to me. Or
Or you could have
the
the
one
one you're
with
about to blast and increase
that's
damage.
good. Yeah.
I will do that.
Yeah.
I will hex the nearest one to me.
Okay.
And blast his ass to another dimension.
And yes, Eldritch Blast.
So you hex this goblin and then Eldritch Blast him. And go ahead and roll. Tell me what you get.
Is that with any modifier? Charisma modifier, right?
Yep, and proficiency. So it's a +7.
10?
Total?
Yes.
Yep, that misses.
Oh.
Okay, so you send a blast past his head, and he screeches as this. Oh, and what ability scores does he have disadvantage with?
What
When you hex
are
him, you choose one
strongest?
ability score.
What
You'd
would
know his goblin, probably Dex.
I'll do
That's what
dexterity
goblins
then.
are known for. Okay. So, Jovian, your turn. There's a goblin standing in front of you now, just ducked the way of a Eldritch Blast. And you have your stick filled with druidic energy.
I beat the crap out of him with it.
Okay. Roll to hit using your wisdom modifier for the bonus plus your proficiency, so it'd be a +6, right?
Yeah, +6. So, that's a 15, 21 to hit.
That hits.
All right.
So D8 plus your +4.
D8 plus 8. There it goes. So okay, so 6. Yeah, 2 plus 4, 6.
Okay. You smack him hard with your stick, and he is still up, but he's not happy at all. His buddy is even less happy. He launches another arrow at you.
Come on, go ahead and miss.
He does miss. He rolled a 12.
Let's go.
Arrow whistles past your head.
Let's go.
This goblin here uses his nimble escape ability to disengage as a bonus action and then take off running.
No, I don't want him to go anywhere. You wouldn't happen to have
Sorcha.
anything to stop him, would you?
To stop him? I mean, unless I.
Sorry.
You can. He is running away because he's nearly dead. His buddy's, launching arrows at you. So you do what you want to do.
Go after the buddy who's launching arrows.
I do. So then, do I go? Is it a matter of going after him or doing another?
Could launch another Eldritch Blast at him, I guess.
How far away is he?
Which one? The guy that ran away?
Yes.
You saw
Is he
him
totally
running.
gone?
He's outside your dark vision, but if you run a little bit north, you can probably see him again. You think? Because he ran like 50 feet before you lost him.
What about the one with the arrows? Who's shooting at us?
He's well within your range.
Go after
She also
him.
knows that if she kills this guy, she can redirect her hex to something else.
I'll do that. I will.
Okay.
Where's the guy with the arrows?
To your northwest, you can see him. You see that ping? Here.
It's little.
Oh, right there. Okay.
Yeah, right there.
I will cast Eldritch Blast again at the
On
one
which
on
one?
the upper left. Upper left.
Okay. Roll to hit.
So 16 plus. So is that 21 to hit?
16 hits.
Oh, 6.
16
All
hits.
right.
Okay, perfect.
Roll 1d10.
And then a D10. That's a D12. Which one's the D10 look like? 8.
Looks. Should be two of them, probably.
No.
One's got 10, 20, 30, and the other one's 1, 2, 3.
Do I not have one?
I think you should.
You can roll a d20 and just ignore the first number if it's a
If it's any, yeah,
teen.
do it again.
Do it again.
Or
Sorry.
roll that one. Roll D12. Go 5 plus 6, right?
There's no bonuses on this
Oh,
No.
so it'd be a 5.
because this doesn't
5.
include your. Okay. So you hit him and he's unhappy now. Okay. Jovian, it's your turn. You know one ran off to the north and you see another one who just got Eldritch blasted. Actually, you can just still barely see the one that ran to the north. He's still in your dark vision range.
I don't really have anything to like long range to go get him. Do I have enough ability to be able to get close to him?
The one,
While
which
still
one?
being able to the one that Sorcha just hit.
You'd have to dash to get all the way up to him, which means you wouldn't get an attack.
And then the other one who was running away is within the dashing range, or like within the 30.
Or he's not within 30. No, he double moved out of there.
Okay. I don't really have.
Do you have anything to aid me?
No, there's nothing that I really have to really get them. Shit, I'll try and get so whichever one's closest to me.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what? Let me at least do this. So just in case anything else happens, you don't have to worry about picking me up. I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
So I can heal at least a little bit, because I'm not going to be able to do any attacks or anything against them. So I'm just going to cure myself in the process. And that's a. What's the
Cure wound should be D8 plus 4, I believe. your wisdom modifier.
Yep, D8 plus 4, so 4. So that would be 8.
Okay. You are back to full health.
Yep. Okay.
And you can still move.
I'm gonna. So I'm gonna try and get as close to the one that Sorcha hit
Okay.
as I can. But is there a way that I can kind of get into that corner so I'm at least like covered a little bit?
These walls are like a foot high now. They've been burned down nearly to the ground. There's no real cover out here.
Okay, so yeah, I'll just move over there.
Okay.
And that should be
The
it.
goblin's turn. Goblins being brave creatures. He just books it out of there.
Yeah.
And this guy he runs away too. And Sorcha, it's now your turn.
All right.
At this point. This is kind of
How far away is the goblin with the hex?
He's probably close to 100 feet away now.
Okay.
but you can still get your Eldritch Blast can get up to 120.
Okay.
So try and get as close to him as
I'm gonna keep going for the goblin with the hex on him.
Okay.
I'm gonna
as close as you can
Yeah.
so that you can attack.
Yeah.
I'll let you have a pretty good idea where he went. So I'll let you go ahead and roll. You still roll at disadvantage. I'll let you roll at disadvantage and see if you can hit him.
Can I roll it one more time? Ha! Wow, she hit 15 twice.
Nice. Yeah, his armor class is 15, so yeah. He had 1 hit point left, and you do a D10 plus a D6, so yeah.
Go ahead and throw that. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay, yeah. You blast him into nothingness.
Boom. And then you said the other goblin is how far away?
By now, he's long gone.
Okay.
He takes off. But you guys now have a chance to explore the village a little bit. You remember that paladin telling you that he killed a few goblins? There are probably 36 dead goblins here. You can look them over. Some of them have been speared with a lance. Some of them you've been hacked with a sword and burned with they look like they've been burned also. A few of them look like their heads have been stomped in by large horse hooves. So this paladin killed dozens of goblins. There are a handful of villagers who died also, and you got to tell some of them tried fighting off the goblins. The goblins, you guys are first level adventurers. Is your first, not maybe not for Sorcha, but you guys know these goblins aren't super tough, but there were at least probably 50 goblins that attacked the village because there's close to that many dead here right now. And you know that the villagers put up a decent fight, and the paladin came through and just slaughtered many of them. And now would probably be a good time to take a little 5-minute break if we need to.
Yeah.
Figure out what we can do from here now.
See you guys on the other side.
Sure.
Right.
Let me get the break in there.
Okay, we're back.
Yes, yes.
All right. So you can put out some more fires if you want to, but you can tell that there's not much danger of everything spreading out. Everything that's burned is pretty much going to burn to the ground now. And I'm assuming you start looking for tracks, and you found there's one blood trail you can try to follow, but it's not going to lead you very far. Or you can try following the blood trail of the goblin you already. Well, yeah. Actually, he doesn't have any blood trail. You only hit him with an Eldritch Blast, so it's just force damage. But you can try to find tracks of anybody or anything that you want to out of here.
Small feet.
Yeah, small feet, anything like that. I mean, yeah, I think looking around, anything that has any sort of structural integrity.
Mhm.
If there's a fire there, I'm gonna try and put it out and see if there's anything in there. I'm gonna look around, moving rubble, debris, because even if, unfortunately, who we're looking for may not be alive, we still would want to at least give with the family, the proper respects. So we're gonna go around looking for the child everywhere.
Yeah. I'm going to walk around looking for tracks or clues of some sort.
Okay, within the village confines, you do find 5 adult bodies. I assume you at least put them in, restful, respectful positions. I don't think you're taking time to bury 5 bodies right now, but you at least cover the faces, that sort of thing. Go ahead and give me an investigation check for both of you.
Sure. 19.
1.
Oh,
Okay.
Or, no, that's a 1.
yeah, the next one.
Jovian does find some tracks. You're not an expert tracker or anything, but you find some tracks that seem to be heavier than the rest. And as you follow up a little bit, you see that the tracks, they seem to stop, and they seem to be something was set down. Like maybe they're carrying something and had to set it down and then rest for a little bit and then get up and carry it again.
Is there a pattern?
Yeah, is there anything there that, other than that I'm kind of, is anything else other than that I'm noticing that's kind of out of the ordinary?
Not particularly. You go and roll a survival check each because once you find the tracks, it's just trying to some different. I'm hoping you're both better at.
Survival 17, 18, 21.
So I have a +1. 9.
9. Yeah.
Okay. So the druid
21 and a
again is
9.
pretty good. You're pretty sure there's some goblins carrying a load that they have to set down every once in a while. And at one point, after you've tracked them for about a mile, you see the tracks, whatever they're setting down, looks like it was jostled some. There's a little bit of blood, just a few drops of blood from where it was.
I kind of
Go ahead and roll
follow.
another survival check.
Yeah, I should follow the blood trail.
12.
Another 21.
Okay. It's just with a 21, you kind of think this is something living that tried to get up and run away, and they wounded it slightly, just a little bit of blood to get it to behave itself and then be carried off again.
Keep following.
Yeah, just keep following the trail.
Okay. Go ahead and give me another survival check.
8.
18.
Okay.
How fresh is the blood? Like, was it something that was just recent, or is it like?
Yes, pretty recent.
Okay, yeah, just keep following the trail.
Okay. You guys, starting at early morning now. Sun's just starting to come up. There's a slight mist coming up from the ground. It's kind of foggy, and there's a chill in the air, even more so than what you've seen before. And you see a couple of dead goblins in front of a cave entrance. They look like they've been chewed on.
In front of a cave.
In my experience, this is how you say a bad omen. With the chew marks and everything, like, what did is it like a good sized animal? Like, how am I able to tell the size of the animal?
Not from this distance.
Other than the chew marks, are there like print or tracks?
Roll a perception check. You're pretty far away still.
14.
You can't tell from this far away.
And so we're gonna move closer, but we're gonna, obviously, with dead bodies and the fact that we've just been seeing fresh blood and prints, we're gonna kind of take it slow,
Okay.
closer to the cave entrance.
Go ahead and roll stealth checks.
That'd be a 6.
13.
Okay, so Jovian, you're walking up and you kick a rock as you're getting close, and you hear a growl coming from the cave.
Oh shit.
What was that?
Well, from the sound of it, sounds like a very, very angry, almost dire wolf like. We need to back up slowly as to not aggravate it any more than we have. So I start to back up, and then I peer in a little bit closer. Can I see into the cave, or like where is the growling coming from the cave? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll a stealth check in. You're trying to be not so much quiet as you're trying to be smooth and
5.
17.
okay, you kick something else and you see a pair of red eyes emerging from the cave. And there is a big timber wolf, 180, 200 pounds maybe. And it's moving towards you and growling.
We need to get out of
And
here.
it's cut up, it's wounded.
Wait a minute. This isn't. He's just being defensive. He's not. And I actually kind of, with seeing the fact that it's hurt and understanding, I actually come up a little bit closer and I steady my hands, in front of me, just kind of talking it down. It's okay. Don't worry. We're not here to hurt you. And
Roll a
start.
charisma check.
So that'd be a +3.
Jovian, do not be a fool.
That would be an 8.
Okay. The wolf doesn't really seem to appreciate your gestures and growls a little bit more and comes forward a few feet.
Let's stand my ground.
Okay. Both you roll perception checks.
Seven.
Sheesh. This is not good for both of us. That would be an 8.
Okay. Yeah, there's this wolf growling at you guys.
Well, if we run, it won't end well. If we fight, we may kill her when we don't need to. This is not out of aggression. She's hurt.
Can we tell from the scene if maybe she was like backed into a corner by the goblins?
Seems like this might be her cave, and I mean, her wounds are consistent with goblin scimitars.
I do believe what you say is true.
I have it, but I don't know if I want to. I'm gonna get.
While you guys are go ahead.
Go ahead. No, just say go ahead.
While you guys are standing there, you see a little toddler come stumbling out of the cave, dirty, scared. He kind of looks at you guys, and his eyes are wide. He doesn't seem to be sure what to do.
The child.
He's alive. This is him.
And he's being protected. She's protecting.
You're a druid. You cannot speak to animals.
I can, but child.
Are you all right?
I think about that.
Oh God.
He's Laurasian, and neither of you speak Laurasian. Peasants don't speak common; they speak their native tongue, and so like a 2-year-old peasant isn't going to speak the common or Elven or any language you speak.
All right.
You're both from out of the area, so
Can I cast Prestidignation and have like a really fun, light piece of music play, just to try to?
if you can pronounce it properly.
Oh gosh.
Prestidigitation, yes.
Prestidigitation. I'm gonna do that one.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and roll a charisma check.
Okay.
Your abilities.
1 second. This is 16 plus 5.
21.
21.
Where are you centering the music? I think it's a 30-foot range.
In the middle?
I'll do it close to us, so it seems like we're in like a joyful like music setting.
Okay. The kid kind of starts walking towards you a little bit, and the wolf kind of stays close to him.
Okay.
Kid hasn't quite come up to touch, he's interested in you, but he's not really sure what to do, and the wolf is eyeing both of you very suspiciously. Her hackles are down a little bit. She stopped growling, but she still looks like she might jump on you and try to rip at your throat at any second if you do anything wrong.
As long as we have the trust of the child, we have the trust of the wolf.
Do you have any food to give
Uh,
as a peace offering?
I believe so. I think I have like either some breadcrumbs or something, some
You
extra
have rations.
rations that I have for my travels, and hold it out, one for the child and actually one for the wolf as well.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a charisma check.
Oh, here we go.
Blow on that thing.
The wolf is about to rip out my throat. This is what's going to happen. 13.
Oh.
I don't know. 16.
Okay. The kid comes and walks up to you. The wolf walks up and takes the food and is staying close to the child, still eyeing you suspiciously.
Okay. Can I reach out my hand to see if they trust me enough to take my hand, the child?
Go ahead and roll another charisma check.
It's a 3, 8.
Yep.
Okay. No, the child steps back to.
Or actually, no, it was 10. Sorry.
Okay. Child steps back to the wolf.
Oh no.
Wolf seems a little suspicious now.
All right. I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Speak with animals or animal friendship?
Let's do Animal Friendship.
Okay.
It's a
So
longer
wisdom save,
period
right?
of time. Yeah. So I'm gonna cast.
What's your spell save DC?
So wisdom 14.
Okay, I'm gonna give you advantage on all the, or give the wolf disadvantage. Okay. So the wolf actually fails her save because I gave her disadvantage, and she sees you as a friend now.
Okay.
You
The
did
wolf is under control now. Now that I gotten the wolf kind of under control, I go to basically take another ration and give it to the wolf, and then another one to the child.
Okay. Once the wolf, so you just kind of sit down. The wolf puts her head in your lap. She's been cut up pretty bad. She's not feeling great. And as soon as the wolf is friendly with you, the kid seems a lot more trusting of you, and will take rations. And the kid's sitting there and stroking the wolf. You can kind of gather that the wolf protected the child, fought off the goblins, and then protected the child through the night. The child asks you a few questions, which you can't understand, but you can tell he's how about you, Bob, Mama? And you don't have any idea what he's saying, really. It's, yeah, Jovian would know it's Laurassian. Actually, you both would. You are familiar with the Laurassian language to know, to recognize it. You can't understand the words he's saying, but you might be able to recognize Italian if you don't speak it. You can recognize Laurassian even if you can't speak it. So he's saying words, and it's still, he's a pretty young kid, so it's not that even if you were speaking the same language, it'd be hard to understand him a little bit. But
child, I wish I understood what you were saying, but if it has anything to do with
your people.
we will take you back.
Since you are friends with the wolf, I do believe the child will follow. I'm not sure if we have enough rations to last.
Then we must.
you guys
get
like
moving.
10 days rations each, turning equipment.
Yeah. So then we must get moving, though. Let's get him back to the family. Let's get back to the paladin to let him know that everything is fine.
Yeah.
I would rather not have a flaming sword in my face again. So let us go get the child back. And we take the child and the wolf and start heading back to the direction of the capital city. And as we're walking back, I look at Sorcha and I go, this is not the route that I wanted to take. I would have much rather not have to go to the city. But if that means that we have to give the child and make sure that the child is safe, then that is fine. But I would like to get out of the city as soon as possible.
Agreed.
And then we head up to the capital city to return the child.
It takes you guys a while. You have a toddler with you that you're carrying most of the way, and the wolf. What you basically end up doing, I'm going to assume, is you get about halfway. It's not that far of a walk normally, but the wolf is going pretty slowly. She is banged up. You spend the night in the about halfway to the city. You're able to bandage her wounds. She wakes up, and you're able to, because this is D&D. After 8 hours rest, she's fully healthy. In the morning, you recast her spell to make sure she doesn't, freak out and rip your throat out. Because
So was that it was a long rest, right?
Yeah. So you both take a long rest. You get all your spell slots back. You burn one spell slot to keep her friendly to you, and you have a chance to spend some time with her. And her paws are enormous. You have the feeling she's not a timber wolf. She's a puppy. You think she's still, even though she's a full size, timber wolf, she's still a puppy. She's going to get bigger. But if you spend one spell slot a day casting animal friendship, she will be a loyal companion to you for indefinitely, as long as you don't try to hurt her.
I think this is more than a timber wolf.
I would say so.
Oh, we're gonna need more rations. Then we move on.
On your way to the town, we're just going to say you run across a dragonborn bard. Because we're running it. You run across a dragonborn bard. We'll let him introduce himself the next session. You make it back to the town. You ask where the Order of the Golden Sword is, and everyone can point you in that direction easily. And you go there and see Sir Sergio again. And he is delighted that you have fulfilled his quest he laid on you. My friends, thank you so much. You do not know how much this means. His mother will be most pleased. You may go eat and stay at the Golden Griffin Inn. The Order of the Golden Sword will pay your way. We cannot thank you enough for this.
It's our pleasure.
No
As
problem.
long as the child is safe.
Absolutely. We may not
Yes, and you
need to stay long, but
you see one of the paladins take the. You see one of the paladins take the child a little ways, and you see his mother, which you assume is his mother, come, and she's crying and hugging her child. The child's happy, and the child's exhausted, but he's happy. There we go.
oh, the child is safe.
And you go and yep. Yeah. Cannot make this work. All right. You go to the Golden Griffin Inn and Tavern. Why can't I? Technical difficulties. There we go.
Sign the prologue.
And there you go. You and your newfound bard companion, which you've met. We're gonna have to. Technical difficulties on all kinds of ends. You come and sit at a table. They bring you food, and as you're eating, you see there's another group of 3 individuals. There's a extremely large human and a normal-sized human with some scars on the left side of his face, and you also see an elf, like a full-blooded elf, sitting at the table. They look out of place. There's no one else in the tavern quite yet. And after you've been there for a little while, you see Sir Sergio come again, and he has with him another paladin. And Sorcha, you can tell this paladin is Larassian, and she is a noble. She is a high-ranking noble. And he says something to her, points over towards your table, and she walks towards your table, the long sword at her side, shield, full plate armor. And I think that's where we'll end tonight. And next week, you can see what happens when this Larassian paladin meets Sorcha, who seems to be very concerned about meeting a Larassian noble for some reason.
We'll figure it out. Session 1. That was great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, be sure next week, session 1, Botched Initiative, the Sable Knights, 2 prologues down. Now the real fun begins. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. Bill, great DMing as usual, sir. We will see you guys again next week.
Sounds great. See y'all.